Hey, what's up, everybody? OCD Mikey, Hi-Fi Guy here for another edition of the Mikey Morning Show, morning audio show with Mikey. It is a cold, chilly Tuesday here in Atlanta, the 19th of December, 2023. And we've got 30 some odd degrees, and my motorcycles are all shivering, man. I can't wait till the spring comes back around. Anyways, I'm getting on with it today. Today, what we're talking about is I want to tell you, each and every one of you, how to enjoy an experience like a millionaire. Listen to your audio like a millionaire. What I mean when I say that is I don't mean listen to it in a big ass house with a bunch of stuff. Okay. When this boils down to, and I've been teaching you this, audio is about an experience, right? You're listening, and your music is about an experience, what the experience that you enjoy, and it's all your own perception, right, of what's going on and how, I guess, styling you feel you are. So the key is, right, when you go into your audio rig and you're listening to music, to feel like you're styling, right? I'm listening to some killer tunes. I'm styling. This is the bomb. And it doesn't matter what gear you have. It doesn't matter how expensive it is. This is about you creating an experience where you feel like you're styling. And that can be done at any scale, okay? All it means for the millionaires is they have more stuff. Their stuff is more expensive, but their experience is going to be the same as your experience. There's no difference in the experience when you do it with the proper mindset. Okay. What am I talking about? Okay. So first of all, what I want you guys to do is keep yourselves in check, and gals too. I spoke with Maddie and Joe. Here's a shout out to Maddie and Joe. Spoke with you guys yesterday. Here's a guy who's called me on several occasions. He's in the Boston area, and his wife or his girlfriend, I'm not sure, so I won't stipulate, called me up, and man, this woman sits and talks to me like she knows as much or more than Maddie does. I'm like, oh, she remembers all the model numbers. She remembers different things. She's talking. I'm like, I've never heard anything like it. It's absolutely amazing. So hats off to Maddie and Joe, who totally enjoy this together. And as a matter of fact, they buy and sell hi-fi. If you guys are in the Boston area, her what is her thing called? Audio Nook on Facebook. You can find Joe's gear on Audio Facebook on Facebook Marketplace, I believe. Audio Nook in the Boston area, and what great people. I really enjoy talking to them, especially because it's a team. Especially because I can hear her talking. They're in the car and she's feeding in and reminding him about stuff that he's forgetting about. I'm like, man, I've never experienced that. It's great. So off the subject, but back to the subject. So that's part of making your audio experience great. Maddie's enjoying it with Joe together. They're enjoying this. It doesn't matter. They're talking to me about, oh, he bought an Adcom amp because he got a good price, and they're looking at some Egglestons that were, that they're working in on a trade. And these are all used things. But you know what? These guys are having a great freaking experience. Their experience together when they crack a bottle of wine and they're hanging out and listening to music together, it's like it doesn't matter the level of the stuff. Man, they're having the experience. That's what I'm trying to exemplify in this video here. So you're going to make your audio experience great regardless of the gear. Dial in your room, okay? Make your room kick ass. Put, and I'm talking about, finish your room well. Put art in the room. Put plants in the room if you can, if you have lights that will support plants. If you don't have light in that room, then use ferns. Use plants that don't need much light. Put art in there. Put tapestries. Put candles. Burn incense. Things like that to make it your den, right? Like your chill den, okay? These are ideas. Now, maybe if you listen and you have the listening in your living room and you can't make the opium den in the basement, right, or whatever, then make it beautiful in your living room. Make it beautiful. Make it a nice, homey feeling environment, so that when you get in that environment, you're stoked to be in that environment. It feels great. You have a nice, comfortable, and you're relaxing. You know, and you want to not obsess with things above your pay grade. Okay. So typically here, when I speak, my client base is a little bit higher than maybe the average person. Okay. I still serve the average person. Okay. And I do have products in the couple thousands of dollars, but my typical client spending $50K or more on their audio system. Now, what I typically get is I get people calling me, and I can feel that they're like, damn, I got to get to where you're at really bad. And no, you know, you don't want to be so obsessed with what you don't have that you're not enjoying what you do have. And what this has to do with is being in the moment. Don't put yourself in the future. Don't have your mind in the future. What could be, you know, what should be. None of that shit. It's all BS. You need to just get yourself in the moment, be happy, and enjoy what you have, and create the best experience with what you have right now. I know this because I started out with crap. I started out with old ass amps that I would buy used off Facebook, or actually it wasn't Facebook at the time. It was what was it, Craigslist or whatever, or you know, auction sites. This thing is not supposed to be making that noise. Anyways, and so I would just make the killer experience, and man, I remember tears in my eyes listening to Jerry Garcia, you know, with a teeny ass little what was that little underpowered amp, Deckware, you know, EL84. It's like, you know, 15 watts, some paltry ass little thing, but it was my first tube amp, and I had Wharfdale speakers on stands. Okay, dude, I was tripping on the same level that I trip now, right? It's all relative. When you're new to this, you're going to trip out on things that are smaller, you know, benchmark or things like that. It'll trip you out. Oh my God, I never heard anything so great. And then you know, little by little, you move your way up, if that is your desire. What I typically say is, like, you have to think about it like this. You know, am I going to go right now? I would love, I think Ferraris are some of the most beautiful creations of automobile. They make Porsche look like stupid shit, right? The Porsche is the fucking station wagon. Excuse me, did I just say that? The Porsche is a station wagon compared to a Ferrari, in my opinion. Now, am I going to go to the Ferrari dealer? Am I going to get in front of a Ferrari and go drive a Ferrari when I know it's beyond my means? No, I'm not going to. Am I going to trip out and bum out that I don't even have the Porsche? Am I going to trip out that I don't have that stuff? No, I'm not going to do that. You know how I'm going to make my driving experience? I buy world-class motorcycles. I have a beautiful Harley. I have a beautiful Ducati. I have a killer Vespa. I have all these little two-wheeled vehicles. I've got 7 motorcycles right now. I make my experience on 2 wheels because it's much more affordable, right? So I work within what my means are, and I style it out. My Vespa is styled, man. I've got tunes on it. And we cruise around it, and it is so cool, and it is so much fun. And that thing was $3,000, $3,500. It was nothing, right? But cruising around on this Vespa, the experience is sublime. On a beautiful day where it's sunny, I'm on some little ass scooter, freaking in having as much enjoyment, feeling so much gratitude for the fact that I can cruise around on 2 wheels with tunes or without tunes. It doesn't matter. With my gal on back, and we can go get to the cafe and get coffee and do whatever. Dude, that I'm enjoying my life and the experience at that point just as much as the millionaire in his Ferrari is driving around, you know, maybe more. So this is all about perception, and it's all about creating your perception. So what I want you guys to do, you gals, people to do, is just think about the music, connect with the music, and make your focal point, or make the, you know, you want to just make your emphasis about the music. Forget the gear. Don't just connect with the music. Okay. Another example of this. I used to have beater cars, right? Back in the day when I could only afford cars that were $1,000 or less. I will put the killer car stereo in there. It didn't matter that I had a hoopty. I had a kick-ass audio system, and I could listen, and it made the experience of being in that old-ass car, to me, as good as if I felt like I was driving a Bentley, okay, because of the music. It wasn't about the car at all. It was about the freaking music that made the experience in the car freaking awesome. So, and back then, even though it was a kick-ass car stereo, it was still a car stereo that was under $1,000, you know? So make your emphasis about the music. Forget about the gear. Don't be preoccupied with your damn gear. You need to put more emphasis on the music, and your experience will be better. You will not want for more if you're connecting to the music. So, dial in your room, make your experience good. Don't fret about what you don't have. Buy used things, buy locally from Facebook Marketplace. If you really want the best deals, you're going to find local people that are desperate to sell on Facebook Marketplace, and they're going to sell, and just type in audio or stereo or any of the brands that you think would be good. Krell is typically found on the used market. Mark Levinson, Sonus Faber, things like that. I would stay away from the Denon and Marantz and stuff like that, unless you're hunting for the vintage stuff. And in that case, it would be Marantz, not even Denon. But buy good Roland, maybe. If you can find that old stuff, it's better than buying new stuff that is cheaper but the same price, right? So for $1,500, $2,000, you can get a pretty sick amp for $2,500 used. You get a big ass Krell, that's 30 years old. So buy locally. There's many people, the family, somebody's died, and they're just selling off the stuff. Or it's somebody that's just hoarded, I've got a bunch of stuff in the other room. I don't even list it. It's when people call me and ask me, I sell it to them, and I've got killer deals, amazing DACs for $3,000. So make your emphasis about the music. Go locally, buy locally, used if you want to get better gear. We all remember as a child, remember being a kid and you're listening to your radio. I remember being a kid one time. Here's a quick story. I'm going to try and keep this to 15 minutes. As a kid, having a radio, it was a handheld with it took all D batteries, and it was like a shortwave radio and an AM FM. And I got it at like Target or what was it? Zayre's, Shopper City. We had it was like a Kmart or Kmart or Walmart, right? And I used to walk down the street. This is funny, okay? This is like I'm throwing myself under the bus. But when I was a little scrapper, I would put that thing up on my shoulder and walk around the block. I'm in total white neighborhood, middle class in Minnesota. And I'm walking around with a ghetto blaster on my shoulder like I'm a brother in Brooklyn, like walking around like I'm a badass, dude. And I'm the only guy on the street, right? I'm walking in the circle. We got a little circle. And I used to play. I remember Jerry Rafferty was the tunes that I was listening. I remember the exact songs. I'm burning for you. Remember that? And having the tune box on my shoulder. It wasn't even a tune box. That's the funnier part. It had one speaker. And because I couldn't get a tune box, I wanted a JVC tune box or a Technique. It was a big ass one. But man, I used to look at it in the mall. Remember, there used to be electronics in the mall. In the mall, you'd go to these electronics store, Shock Electronics, we had it, and you'd see the window displays with all the tune boxes stacked up in the window display. And I'd sit there outside in the hallway of the mall looking at the glass, just drooling for a tune box. But I couldn't, my parents, they wouldn't give me one, right? It was too much money. It was $300 or something, too much money, right? And so I had to go to Walmart and get myself this radio. But dude, at that moment, I was a freaking rock star. I was a millionaire. I was walking down the block, and I felt in every way just as good as I was more high on life than just as high on life, let's say, as anybody anywhere, right? So this is all about making your own experience. And you got to do this with your audio system. And the truth is in the music. It's not in the gear, okay? So you have to realize the gear is a tool. It is nice to have good gear. But don't be preoccupied with the gear to the point where you're not enjoying your system because you're preoccupied with gear systems like mine, systems like other people that you see where they showing off way more than I have, right? Like my gear is little compared to some of these guys out there. So it's about the bond. I had a note to myself here that it's like if you think about it's like when you're in love with somebody, is it about the bond with that person, or is it about the gifts you receive? It's not about the stuff, right? It's not about that. It's about the bond and the love, right? And the love is in the music. So find the music. You need to find the music. I think too many of us have gotten away from the music and gotten into the gear, and then we get all tripped out about what the next guy has and do we have enough, and then we're lost, man, and we're going to be unsatisfied in that. And really, you can be satisfied with what you have. You just need to realize you've got music. You know, there's people in many parts of the world, they don't even have music. You guys have music. So a great thing to do, and here's what I recommend to help you connect to the music. Get a freaking streamer, okay? I understand you guys have collections of music, but you are extremely limited to your collection. I don't care if you have 5,000 record albums. You're still limited in your damn music, okay? It's still shit that only you thought about that you bought, okay? Unless you inherited it, whatever. They're your things. When you stream, the streamer will suggest to you different bands that you've never heard about. You don't have it in your 5,000 albums, okay? It's stuff you've never even thought about. It's stuff you've maybe never even heard about, never listened to. You can explore laterally when you stream to such a comprehensive degree that it makes the experience 10 times better. So a great way to get your toe wet is you could use a laptop. Plug your laptop USB into the USB in your DAC. Use your laptop and stream that way if you want to try, if you want to get your toe in the water. You're not going to use your tablet to do, you might be able to use your tablet with a USB-C to a USB-B, I believe. Just make sure you get an adapter cable for that little ass USB that's in the side of your tablet. And then you put an application on there. You can put Tidal or Qobuz, and then you could stream it digitally to your DAC. Okay, that's a good way to get your toe in the water. Qobuz, Qubuz, or Tidal, Tidal. Two pay services that you pay for the service. Pay for it. Don't be a cheap ass bastard. It's not that much. It's maybe $10 a month. It's worth it for the experience you get, and it's worth it for the breadth of music that you will explore. Okay. And then if you want to take it one step further, if you just want to stick your toe in the water, there's a company called Allo, ALLO, from India, and they make audiophile streamers. They call it's streamers that are aimed towards the audio market. Let's put it that way. And they're $300. Okay. And that will give you a way. And then you just, this little box, teeny computer. Remember, a streamer's a computer. Go to Allo and get your feet wet, man, and just try streaming. Okay. You need to try streaming. I don't care what you say. I'm happy for you that you have a big vinyl collection. I'm happy for you that you have a big CD collection. Okay. But you still aren't going outside of your envelope. You're not exploring new stuff. You're still just regurgitating the old stuff. Okay. Now, if you just want to buy and keep buying a hard media, okay, go ahead, keep spending your money on your media. It's just going to make a bigger pile of shit that people are going to throw out when your ass dies. Okay. That's what's going to happen with your hard media. Nobody's going to give a shit about it. Okay. It's going to get chucked out. Even if you have a great, beautiful record collection, by the time you're dead, people are not going to get it. And they're going to think it's old, stupid plastic shit. And they're going to sell it for pennies or throw it out or give it to Goodwill. Okay. Your cherished collection of stuff. Okay. It's irrelevant. The magic is in the music. The truth is in the music. So try streaming and try expanding. Step outside of your zone, your little box that you've been in your whole life. Step outside of that, man. Try some new music. You might think it's crap, but you know what? See what's going on in the world. See what people are creating. It might give you a little cute clue about how people are thinking, how people are feeling. You know, you can always tell about what's going on in the world with what the current music is. So even if it's not your favorite stuff, it will open a certain paradigm for you or open a certain doorway so you can have a broader breadth of understanding instead of staying in your little closed-minded box. Okay. So it's a great way to explore. And okay, the bottom line is Invite people to join you. Don't do this all by yourself. Share in the music. It's the greatest part about what we do. Create playlists together. When you have a streamer, and especially if you use something like Rune. Rune is a third-party piece of software where you aggregate. You take Quobuz, you take Tidal, you plug in your credentials into Rune, and Rune grabs music from all the different areas and aggregates it together into one piece of software, and then everybody can put Rune on their phone or on their usually on their phone. When people come to your house, all my guests, they have Rune on their phone, and then we all can each secretly add to the playlist the music that we want. So when several people are listening together, everybody's kind of adding in to the playlist. Nobody knows that next song, who picked it. So you can kind of see. So it's fun to play that game where it's like, who picked the tune, and you, oh my God, you had no way. I forgot about this. I can't believe it. You remembered, Lou Reed, or you remembered something like whatever. You remembered Devo, or you remembered something from, I totally forgot about Flock of Seagulls, or just something like that, right? Where you're just pulling stuff that you're remembering and you're throwing it into the playlist, and then it's surprising everybody. So you do that together. Man, create the playlist together. Make a Friday night dinner thing where you have barbecue. People come over, you have dinner, and this is what Big John and I do on Fridays. We have dinner and we listen to hi-fi, and it's a great thing to do. So invite people. And look here, and I'm going to wrap it up. Here is the last final key to connecting to the music. Get your ass out of the house and go to live shows. Okay, go see live music, even if it's a little ass band at the bar that's the local people playing, and it's just Jed and the boys playing at your local pub or whatever, at the VFW, wherever the hell you are. Go see live. I don't even know if they have live music at the VFW, but get your ass to some live music and remember what this is all about. All we're doing with our audio systems is recreating the live music, recreating the event of creating music. Get your ass to a live show and connect with the music. Remember why we do this. Get up, get your ass out of the freaking chair and dance with your woman and get out there and have fun. Remember that life is about living, okay? It's not just work and TV and your freaking sandwich, okay? It's about enjoying the experiences. Get your ass out, go see live music, and remember what we do and remember why we do this. That way, when you go back and you play your music, you can explore and open that storybook. Start looking, reading different things. Step outside your comfort zone. Okay, we took Greg from Florida. I won't say his last name, but shout out to Greg. This is a guy. He's in his, what are you, Greg? Are you in your 70s yet? He's in his early 70s. Maybe just turned 70. Guy from Brooklyn, New York. You've seen his show. I've shown you his rig a couple times. This guy stays home. He's at that age. He's not really, he's been there, done that, man. He doesn't really get out that much. We came over when we were down in Florida. We took his ass out. We went out. We had some dinner. Then we took his ass to a Grateful Dead cover band, Dark Star Orchestra in St. Augustine, a huge place. Man, it was so far out of his comfort zone, but he had a blast. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. He loved it, man. You got to get out. You got to go see music. Share with people. He met some people. He became friends with them. We split off because I was down on the floor shaking my bones. We got him a chair so he could sit if he wanted. He didn't even sit in his chair. He went up and he was talking to people. He made friends and all this stuff. So it's about getting out and seeing live music, man. That will remind you what this is all about. But the key message to my thing here is it's about the experience. You can create the same experience I have. You can create with your little rig. Just make it important and make it about the music, and then you're there. Okay, that's all there is to it. Thanks for joining. I love you all. Appreciate your attendance. This means peace for any of you weirdos that don't like okay, I'm not going to use superlatives. For any of you that think my hand signs are weird, this is peace, man. I'm saying peace and love, okay? Because I'm a freaking hippie. You see this ponytail? I'm a hippie. I'm saying peace. Why do I do it like this? Because in case I'm close, I can fit it in. My arm can do this way. It's hard to do it, get all cramped up and try and fit a peace sign in. And I don't mean to look like little Asian,
doing their little anime shit. But some people say that it's ooh, I said the F word. It's freaking peace, man. I'm saying peace. So don't get your panties in a bind when I make my freaking Hi-Fi Tribe gang signs, okay? So anyways, thanks for joining. You guys rock. I love you. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. See you.